All right, I want to talk about something I called corporate depth perception, which is basically stamina. You need to build this in order to be successful in engaging with corporations. And let me give you a little more information on this. Realize that although your number one purpose is to find sponsorship dollars or funding for your organization, when you are approaching a corporate decision maker, this is by no means a priority even close to yours. It is like where it's priority number one for you, it is priority 365,940 to them. You have to realize that these people are so busy. And I'm not saying, and we know you're busy too, but having a little empathy for corporate decision makers is going to help you go a long way. This is a long game. All right. Anybody who comes to you and says, well, we're going to start this corporate sponsorship strategy and, we want to see results in the next 90 days. Well, you better talk about what those results look like. If it's activity and engagement, that's one thing. But if it's actually booked dollars or booked philanthropic funding, that's another thing. This is a long game. This is relationship building. All right. You have to have the stamina for it. But if you do it right the first time, these seeds you're planting are really going to harvest beautifully for you. My most successful clients are the ones that really get this. So when things get tough, don't quit. Just take a break, walk away, even if it's for a few days, and then re-engage. But just realize that these folks have so many other things going on, and they literally have thousands of others that are trying to correspond with them. So if you keep that in mind, that's really going to help you with your stamina in this process, okay? Okay, here's a great little tactical tip I have for you. I have no scientific data around this except my own experience, as well as the coaching I do with my clients. I am extremely successful getting responses from decision makers that are VP or higher if I send outreach 8:30 a.m. or earlier on Friday mornings. So why is this? Here's a couple of things that I think, and one that was actually validated. I'll say the one that was validated at the end. First of all, mentally, Friday's a great day. Our goal is always to get to Friday, right? And I just think that people are more receptive on a Friday morning to get new types of information. That's number one. Number two, based on talks or based on conversations I've had with gatekeepers, they tend to notice that their decision makers, that when they're calendaring them, their calendars are a little looser on Friday. So they might be checking their email more. But here's the biggest reason, especially for those larger Fortune 1000 companies that do have gatekeepers. A lot of gatekeepers take Fridays off, and that leaves their decision maker to manage their own email. So I just got to say, Fridays before 8:30, if you're not an early bird, I get it. But I am an early bird. I'll start, to me, I'll start sending stuff at 7 a.m. And that seems to resonate, especially with people that deal with money. I like to say money wakes up early. It truly does. If you think about CFOs, anyone that manages a revenue line in a company, they tend to be in early. So that's a huge tip I have for you as well. Try it out. Just try it out sometime and see if that might help you. Okay, and finally, also, consider LinkedIn messaging if you're not receiving a response. So how I tend to do things, I'll send that first email out. And then if I don't get a response, probably within a week in terms of business days, I'll send a second response that just says, good morning, just checking in on my below email. Thanks again for your review, Lori. Literally, it's that simple. And I forward the initial email that I sent the first time. I have some good success rate with that, as do my clients, because if you think about it, it's going to prompt people to take a look at that email and see if it was something that they really needed to see, as opposed to if I really provided more detail in it, right? If after that doesn't work, I will try them on LinkedIn. The key is you need to make sure that they are engaged on LinkedIn, because if they're not really engaged on LinkedIn, they might not outreach as much, right? I think easy ways you can tell if somebody engages on LinkedIn, have they posted something at least within the week? That's what I like to gauge. If they've posted something, even if it's just, reposting something a colleague posted, I will reach out on LinkedIn. My success rate on LinkedIn, as well as my client success rate, has definitely increased, so much so that now I'm probably doing more LinkedIn outreach than I do emails sometimes. The next question I always get is, Lori, do you pay for more premium LinkedIn options? I will be honest, I do. But if you think about what I do for a living, it's huge. I need to have kind of LinkedIn premium, but it shouldn't matter if you have premium or not. The only place it would matter would be if the number of mails that you can send directly to someone not in your network. But again, since we're talking about 5, not 50, you should have really not a lot of issue reaching out to folks on LinkedIn. And again, just keeping that message brief. Who are you? How do we connect in terms of our organization, and what is it that you want next? So definitely try LinkedIn. Because it's become a real strong success outreach tool for both myself and my clients.